Hey, what's good? It's Floaty Goaty. I'm going to be reading Chapter 1 of Floaty Goaty lore, Ohio's Last Stand. So, without further ado, here we go. Floaty Goaty is the king of all goats. He has many powers, including flight. He is the second greatest goat of all time behind his father, and rules over all other goats. He is a Fall Guys legend and has 600 plus crowns. Floaty Goaty is a proper noun. If you make his name lowercase, he will destroy you with an army of goats. He is also close friends with the hash brown named Hashy. Floaty Goaty is good friends with Microsoft as well, because they pay him. He has been sent on a mission to recover the lost temple of Phoenix the Firefox. Whilst Hashy is saving the legendary Tyson Hill, Floaty Goaty is finding a way to defeat Ohio final boss. With his massive army, Floaty Goaty is unbeatable, as there are approximately 1 billion goats on Goofy Planet. After the Ohio Lord Ohio final boss is sent to the multiverse and stopped temporarily by Hashy, Hashy and the Goat King part ways. Phoenix's temple has been discovered after a long, treacherous journey, but Phoenix still remains frozen. Floaty Goaty just needs to find the temple. Phoenix froze himself millions of years ago and hopes to see how the future would come to be on Goofy Planet. Floaty Goaty is immortal and can transfer immortality to anyone, still keeping his own. His goal is to find Phoenix, unfreeze him, and make him immortal to help with the end goal to stop the Ohio Lord once and for all. The only problem is that the temple is far away and would take months to travel to. But since the traits of the goat family members pass on, Floaty Goaty's distant brother also has powers. He has a special figure called an Obanium that lets you teleport anywhere at any time. A distant scream exclaims, "Hog Rider!" But Floaty Goaty decides to ignore it. Floaty Goaty flies over to his brother's domain, but he must get past a massive herd of rams. "Hog Rider!" Floaty Goaty hears again, but louder. It shattered his eardrums so terribly bad. Floaty Goaty got past the massive herd of rams and headed towards the secured Obanium. It was locked in a lasered cage that would burn anyone trying to get to it. But Floaty Goaty just snatched the Obanium from the cage with no problem. This is because of his immortality. But Floaty Goaty is not strong enough to use the Obanium by himself. He must fly back to Hashy and take Kevin, King of Rias, along with him. Kevin decides to work with Floaty Goaty to use the Obanium. Due to the sheer power of two animal kings using the Obanium, it explodes and kills the entity making the Hog Rider sounds earlier. Then, Floaty Goaty and Kevin appear at the temple. But the army of Goofy Kingdom is very strong. Floaty Goaty and Kevin were only able to wipe out half of the army before they made it past. Floaty Goaty said goodbye to Kevin because Hashy was in grave danger. He went back to help Hashy deal with the problem. Floaty Goaty unfroze Phoenix. Phoenix is in absolute awe of how far Goofy Planet has come. Floaty Goaty tries to get Phoenix to reveal the secrets of the lost Tyson Hill, but Phoenix says that he needs an Obanium. But Floaty Goaty just could not just give it to him. There were 5 Obaniums in the world. Now there are only 2. One is held by Floaty Goaty, and the other one has been sent to a faraway galaxy. That Obanium is physically impossible to collect for now, as Floaty Goaty is the only one capable of going that far. But again, he cannot use it by himself to get back. So he gave his brother's beloved Obanium to Phoenix. Floaty Goaty's brother is an enemy to him because he rebelled against Floaty Goaty in his hometown called Goatshire. They have not spoken to each other since his brother killed the greatest army member of all the goats, Pilgor. Floaty Goaty made Phoenix tell him the secrets of the lost Tyson Hill in exchange for the Obanium. However, Phoenix has forgotten the secrets. Floaty Goaty uses his powers to control Phoenix's mind to make him remember the secrets. Phoenix eventually remembers them and tells them to Floaty Goaty. He's amazed by how insanely difficult it is to find Tyson and his secrets. Floaty Goaty will need help in this mission. Phoenix agrees to help Floaty Goaty. Now they must find Hashy, Uncle Ben, and Kevin the Rhea King. They are found near the Goofy Kingdom gates, and everyone is granted immortality. So they all set off to find Tyson Hill. Tyson is found at the top of one of the towers at the Goofy Castle, guarded by an unknown figure. The only problem is that the tower is so tall that it reaches the planet that holds the second Obanium. The gang questions why they even wanted to find Tyson Hill, but little did they know, Tyson had the secrets of how to kill the Ohio Lord once and for all. But here's where a big problem starts. Floaty Goaty's brother found out that his Obanium was missing. Immediately he went to the Goat King and confronted him. But since he killed Pilgor, he's become king of the Rams, Floaty Goaty's greatest enemies. Now that the old Ram King has been dethroned and brutally demolished by Floaty Goaty's brother, he is sent to end the goat army once and for all. Now time to finish what I started with Pilgor, the Ram King said. The gang had no choice but to use the Obanium. The Obanium did not function correctly, and it ran out of uses for good. Floaty Goaty ran away to the top of the tower and used his Cocomelon Toys laser sight to wipe out a path in the Ram army to let the gang through. They all went up to the top of the tower. That would be the good ending. But the Ram King has the same traits as Floaty Goaty, so he can fly as well. He also has army members that can equip jetpacks. The gang was halfway up the stairs before the Ram King came up to where they were, along with his jetpack troops. And Floaty Goaty tried to attack him. Kevin joined in, but fell to the bottom of the tower. That fall is powerful enough to kill an Animal King. Floaty Goaty tried to stop him from falling, but it was too late. Kevin was gone. Even though Hashi had the power to summon new animals from Uncle Ben, he tried to summon a new Kevin, but couldn't. But Floaty Goaty is the most powerful in the family tree, so he deactivated the Ram King's powers, killing him once and for all. 2 Animal Kings are gone forever. That really scared Floaty Goaty, because that fall would severely wound, if not kill him. The gang was officially 2/3 up the way up the tower, and at this point if they fell, they would die, with no exceptions. The gang eventually made it to the top and met Tyson Hill. He spoke some Japanese and no one understood him, but he was warning them of something bad. He spoke more Japanese, and then suddenly Ohio Final Boss wrecked part of the tower. He spoke even more Japanese, but no one understood. He said some more, again, no one understood him. He was just trying to warn them of Ohio Final Boss. He spoke even more Japanese, until he let out a sigh. Como esta, help? Floaty Goaty said. Tyson only spoke Japanese, so he could not understand him. Floaty Goaty had an idea. The Obanium has an emergency-only feature that activates an instant translator that makes Tyson speak English. Floaty Goaty flew to the other side of the tower and got the last Obanium from the planet Ching Chong Bing Long. He came back and Phoenix was gone. Floaty Goaty used his powers to locate him. He was in the stomach of Ohio Final Boss. Floaty Goaty quickly activated the translator on Tyson Hill. "We must get him out," Tyson said. The Obanium would cut out every once in a while because of how broken it got when it was launched to the other planet. "I know the secrets to defeat Ohio Final Boss. We just need to..." And he spoke some more Japanese. And the last Obanium broke and evaporated the way. Tyson opened an app called TikTok to defeat Ohio Final Boss once and for all. It shined in his eyes, but was only powerful to knock Phoenix out of the stomach of the beast. Then the music kicked in. All anybody heard was, "Down in Ohio, swag like Ohio." Floaty Goaty then sent out the final blow. His goat army absolutely obliterated Ohio Final Boss, but he was only sent back to the multiverse. And then Tyson spoke some more Japanese. And then he jumped off the tower. The gang heard a loud bang when he hit the floor. He fell so far that the shockwave was powerful enough to kill all of the remaining Ram army. So Rams had officially gone extinct. But, against all odds, he was still alive. So the gang went down the tower and held a funeral for Kevin, in the peaceful couple of days before Ohio Final Boss came back to Goofy Out Planet. And when he did, he was more powerful than ever. But Hashi had an idea, and ran off with Ohio Final Boss following him. So it was just Floaty Goaty, Phoenix, and Tyson Hill, as Uncle Ben went with Hashi. Tyson spoke some more Japanese, and then he went off as well. Phoenix and Floaty Goaty had no idea what to do, so they parted ways. Floaty Goaty was then struck by a random force and sent to a galaxy 1 million light years away. The galaxy held a machine that made all of the monsters that terrorized the Goofy Out Planet. Floaty Goaty couldn't destroy it, though, because it was made of a very tough metal. But something inside was glowing. It got brighter and brighter until it exploded. The sacred Donald Shrimp, the power source of all the monsters on Goofy Out Planet, was inside. That thing is made of titanium. But before Floaty Goaty could use his powers to destroy it, he was hit with that force again. He was sent to a near-identical planet with the same exact machine with Donald Shrimp inside. Then the force hit again, and this repeated until Floaty Goaty was sent back to Goofy Out Planet. He was in the battlefield with Ohio Final Boss and Hashi. Soon, Phoenix and Tyson found the battlefield. They had crossed the entire planet, and everything looked so old and run down. Then Floaty Goaty realized he had been gone for a decade. Everyone met up and fought with Ohio Final Boss for the last time. Then they did it. They defeated Ohio Final Boss once and for all. He was as dead as the Rams were. But all good things must come to an end. Quandale Dingle the Capybara was killed by Ohio Final Boss. It was a very sad time, especially for her brother Gort. But they had to continue defeating the monsters. So that's Chapter 1 of Floaty Goaty lore. I'll see you soon with Chapter 2.